Yo, what's up? This is 0456 here, and welcome back to day 73 of my 365-day challenge and day 13 of Marvel month. Um, sorry, it's kind of late. Starting to get tired, but in this video we'll be talking about Captain America Civil War. Um, this is going to be a bit of a longer video. I'm going to try to condense it down, but the movie starts off with a guy getting a red book and asking for mission report uh, December 16th, 1991. Uh, then we are shown the Winter Soldier getting tortured and brainwashed. He tasks the Winter Soldier to acquire something, which is the Super Soldier Serum, and leave no witnesses. Later on in the movie, you find out that it's Tony Stark's mom and dad. Um, and then the movie cuts to a scene where some of the Avengers are chasing after this guy named Crossbones, which is Brock Rumlow, which is the bad guy that you see in the Winter Soldier. Um, they Rumlow is looking for a bioweapon. He gets it. They chase after him. They acquire the bioweapon, but Rumlow has a bomb attached to him. But right before he explodes, Wanda basically shoots him up in the air. He explodes. It destroys some of the building, and uh, lots of people have hurt and stuff like that. So a couple scenes later, you see Lieutenant Ross. He goes to the Avengers facility, and then he talks to them about, uh, like, the Avengers have done, great things, and, like, the world cannot thank them enough. But they also are very reckless. They don't clean up after themselves, and then they are starting to face consequences for how reckless they are. So that brings up the Sokovia Accords, which is there's this kid that died in Sokovia, and that's whenever the government finally decided, hey, we should probably do something about this. Um, so, um, basically, the Sokovia Accord says that the world government basically oversees what the Avengers does. They still kind of have free reign, but they have to, kind of be restrictive on what they can do. Some of the Avengers don't like that. Some of them do. The main thing is Tony doesn't. Tony is in favor of the Accords. Steve is not in favor of the Accords. So that leads to tension on everybody, and then the meeting for the Accords happen, where the King of T'Challa, the King of Wakanda, uh, I forgot what his name is, and then his son T'Challa is at the meeting. Whereas the meeting starts, there's an explosion. The King of Wakanda dies. T'Challa is, of course, angry. The Winter Soldier, Bucky, is suspected to be the one that did it. Um, so T'Challa basically goes after him. Steve knows that Bucky didn't do it, so he tries to convince everyone that, or try to convince them that he didn't do it, and that basically leads them on a chase to capture the Winter Soldier. They eventually catch the Winter Soldier and Steve and T'Challa and Falcon, and they take him to like some government facility. Tony's there, basically says, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, you need to be put in check." Bucky is in like this like glass container, but then we are introduced to the main protagonist of the movie, Zemo, who basically brainwashes Bucky by, you know, uh, saying specific words in a specific order, and that basically he then basically sends Bucky off to fight everyone. Like, who the fuck, like, is he not going to fight? Later on in the movie, um, Steve stops the Winter Soldier or Bucky's rampage, and they go into hiding. A couple scenes later, is probably my favorite scene, the airport scene where literally everybody is there. And during the airport scene, we see both Tony and Steve's team. Tony's team consists of uh, Natasha, Peter, T'Challa, Rhodey, and Vision. And Steve's team consists of Hawkeye, Bucky, Scott, and Wanda. Uh, the and uh, the plot thickens as Natasha shocks T'Challa and Vision accidentally shoots down Rhodey with a laser beam, sending him to the ground, slamming into it. Bucky and Steve escape. Rhodey is paralyzed. And not to mention that this is our first introduction into the MCU with Spider-Man. And they fly off. Eventually, Tony realizes that Zemo is the one that's behind it, so he tries to go make amends by following Steve and Bucky to the facility where all the super soldiers are, and he finds them. Uh, they kind of make up for it a little bit, but that isn't until Zemo shows them what happened on December 16th, 1991, which is the mission where Bucky was tasked to kill Howard and uh, Tony's mom, uh, and steal the super soldier serum. This pisses off Tony. It leads to them fighting each other once more. Uh, Tony, of course, really does not like this. So he basically, uh, you know, Steve and Bucky leave him to wallow in his own self pity. And yeah, that's where the movie ends, basically. Rhodey kind of is getting assisted by Tony with his healing process. Steve basically leaves Tony a phone saying, uh, like, if he needs anything, just call him. And yeah, that's where the movie ends. Uh, like I said, I know like these videos have been all over the place, but I'm just trying to catch up. So hopefully, whenever I actually do get caught up, um, these videos will kind of be better. Because I feel like I'm not really doing the best at them. But um, once I finally get caught up, and once all the like, because I didn't know like how I was going to do Marvel Month. I thought I was just going to talk about like what I think about each of the movies, and now here I am talking about what happens in the movies and a little bit of what I think about them. So I might change it up, and then like move on, like explain what happened, like give me a brief synopsis of what happens in the movie, and then give my opinion on the movie. But yeah, let me know what y'all think of Civil War. It's probably my favorite Captain America movie, apart from Winter Soldier. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. See ya.